There's a variety of different ways to fish the flats when you're bone fishing. And today we're actually going in the eelgrass and doing some walk and wade. But the nice opportunity we'll have today is there's barracuda in that eelgrass, isn't there?
Yeah, barracuda.
So what are we going to put on for the cudas?
Well, I think little poppers. I know Brent Slaker's fish with. He's got a little rig, special rig that he uses to quickly change up.
For the barracuda. And the barracuda love flies on the top. They love big bass poppers. So if you're coming to do these flats for bonefish, make sure you got some cuda poppers with you. So it's bonefish and barracuda. That's today, as we take you sport fishing on the fly. Let's go get them.
Okay.
Sport Fishing on the Fly is brought to you in part by Islander Reels, Precision Reels. The Frog Boat, inspired by nature, ingenious by design. And the Freshwater Fishery Society of BC. Catch what you've been missing. Go Fish BC.
Here he comes. There he comes.
All right, got him.
Got him.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, it's a good one, too.
Nice. Oh,
It's a nice bone in there.
oh yeah. Yeah, there's a few. Oh, oh, a nice pot of 3 bones. That's a beautiful. This is one of the biggest flats I've ever seen in my life.
Monstrous.
Oh,
Watch the little mangrove.
yeah, I know.
Although we've got, they're
keep-
not leader shy here, so we have 16-pound permit leaders on.
oh,
Now there's a few mangrove roots sticking up here he's gonna have to be careful on. But it is, you can use really thick tippets down here. They're not leader shy whatsoever. Like I say, we've got a 16-pound permit leader on there now, so.
And as I explained on the intro, it's all about skip fishing. You know, you can get out and walk these flats. You can see how beautiful these flats are. We're actually on the eelgrass right now in these little mangrove roots and fishing the bones cruising along. There's lots of pods of bones coming.
Oh, that's a nice one.
This is a nice one.
They're all nice.
That's a nice
fish,
bone.
It's like almost.
So, all right, he's almost ready. Dale, why don't we get out? Land this guy. And they are muddy bottoms. You are going to sink. It's just the way it is. But, you know, as we mentioned before, the average size bonefish in here is big, right?
Yeah, see, that's another one that's probably 4 or 5 pounds.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'll let you handle him. I know you sink down quite a ways. He's just lip hooked. But down here in Cuba, you're going to get the biggest bones in the world. They are huge bonefish. And the nice thing is they take a fly readily.
Look at that. About 4.5 pounds, I think, eh?
That's gorgeous. Let's let him go. Look, right in the side of the lip. Look at how big those are. Beautiful fish. Right in the tough part of the mouth, too.
I'll just try to flip them over.
Yep. There you go, barbless hook. Oh, nice fish. Beautiful little bone. Hey, 4.5 pounds or so.
Yeah, really
Gorgeous.
thick across the back.
And lots of them. Yeah, good landing job.
We're out in the mud.
We've got the wind to contend with, but it's a perfect drift. And as we showed you earlier, this flat essentially goes for, again, miles and miles, like probably 20 miles. It's amazing, we'll fish it all day. Right on, good job, Cookie. A few things to remember when the bonefish are in these eel grass flats is you have to be right in the mangroves. If you're not fishing less than, what, a foot of water, you know, essentially we're in a foot and a half of water. The bonefish love to be in this real skinny water, so make sure, obviously the guys are going to take you in the areas where the fish are at, but the lower the water, the better. And you can see the fish finning and sparkling in here. And you just got to keep your rod tip nice and high to get around these mangrove bushes. So if they hook you up, you're done, right? They'll snap you off.
Yeah.
So now we're just looking. We're just scouting around. Oh, we just came out of the mangroves and they weren't going, but Cookie's seen this whole big school of bonefish out here on the flats. Now we may have to get out and walk and wade. The bulldog, oh, I see him, all in front of us.
Do you see him?
Right. Nice.
My friend, at 2 o'clock, 11 o'clock with the school coming in. Okay, got you.
I'm in a bunch of them.
Nice. Got out here to the nice sandy flat. Big schools of bonefish moving through here. And you picked them.
Yeah.
And you know, the beautiful thing here is you don't really have to get out. We've gone for a couple of miles fishing this whole flat all the way down, and you get to cast from the boats, and that's what the show's really about today. You get the beauty of, the guy does all the work, you just cast the fish. It's beautiful. And look at, there's still a school right here.
The school's following the one that's hooked.
So Cookie, safe to get out here? Yeah. It's safe to get out, so you always ask your guide, make sure you ask him. But it's a nice sand flat.
Yeah.
And this flat will go down for another, I don't know, 10 miles. As far as you can see, it's this beautiful flat. That looks like a nice one, Dale.
Yeah. Hard to say.
Yeah, you can't see them.
Where it comes.
Geez, they blend in. You know, that's why the bonefish, they call the ghost of the flats. You can't see them in the sand. You only see a little bit of their shadow from the sun.
Boy, you need an 8 weight even to control a fish that small.
Okay. All right. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Lots of power. Lots of power.
And again, they're not tippet shy or leader shy at all.
I know.
16 pounds. Look at that fish.
Really, it's all about the fly being presented properly. In front of them, bouncing along the sand,
They are done.
and then they come down and scoop it up. Okay. Boy, tough to grab. Man, oh man. There we go. Oh, I just unhooked him here. There he is there.
Now silver that one.
Yeah, nice little guy. Not huge, just nice couple pounds. Again, beautiful looking fish. I mean, they're gorgeous little fish. I'm gonna let them go. Swing! Nice barracuda! Barracuda on the popper, yeah! Woo. Yes! Nice, that was, that was awesome. That was awesome, Schley, good cast. Oh, that was awesome. The Schley pulls it out. We decided to get the other boat over here to show you this barracuda. You got the popper on him.
Yeah. I put a little quick rig in my pocket and I just stuck see my bonefish fly there? I just attached a wire on there with a slip knot. My popper and
wow. And look at the size of that.
Just takes a minute and you can, you see a barracuda, you just slip that on, you're good to go.
So now what do we do with the barracuda? We just let it go? You don't want to put your hands in its mouth, I imagine.
No.
Renee, what do we do with the barracuda?
Boy, look at the teeth on these, Don. You don't want to be touching these boys.
Yeah, look at the teeth on that.
Very,
now
very
our
nice.
guides are well prepared. You got to be very careful because
you don't want to handle these.
No. How big, Cookie?
It's a 15 pound.
15-pound barracuda, Brent. Nice. Look at that. Oh, nice.
The teeth on these barracuda, like you fishing for other species, you bring a fish in and chop them just slick as a meat cleaver.
Yeah, I think what you need too. Look at that.
Yeah, look at the teeth in there, Don. The just serrated edges.
Oh, it's nasty.
Deadly.
Deadly.
Wolverine of the sea.
No kidding. Yeah, you don't want to put your fingers in there, do you, Schlenk?
No, sure don't.
You need pliers.
We got pliers here.
There you go.
Comes out good.
Okay.
Came through nice.
There he goes. Look at that. That's a big barracuda, 15 pounds. Very nice, yeah.
I like the grab.
Yeah.
Very big slash.
Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah. Thanks for the pliers, Renee.
Good job.
For my fish, my friend.
Hey, nice job, Schlenk. Okay, you know what? We're going to show the quick setup right now. So what Brent's done, Brent will explain it.
Don. We're fishing for bonefish. So I got my little bonefish fly here.
Yep.
And we spotted the barracuda. So here all I did in my pocket, I put my prepared that with a loop knot, my
Okay.
popper. And then on the other side I put a slip knot,
Oh, and slipped it on the hook.
and I just slip it on the bonefish
That's
fly
perfect.
and you're good to go.
Now you got to remember, when you're for Barracuda, you need the special leaders. They're, you know, obviously the teeth will just braid through any kind of leader. You need the special wire leaders. So there you go. And Barracuda love poppers. They just love these kind of bass poppers. So make sure you have a whole mitt full, like you brought down only about 200. So make sure you have lots of poppers. When we come back, some more bonefish and potentially Barracuda down here at Cuba. Beautiful schlag. Could have a nice one here. Jeez, he's still going. And he took Dale well into his backing. That's why you got to have 200 yards minimum of backing on these large arbor reels. If you bring down a small trout reel and you don't have enough backing on there, they're going to spool you off. Whew.
Yeah, I like
Nice
these
size.
4.0 Islanders to hold 200 yards, and I saw the end on that fish.
Yeah. So I use a 3.8. Dale's got a 4.0. Again, some of the bigger Islanders are ideal for this. Let's see this guy. He could be, what are you thinking, 5, 6
He
pounds?
looked good on the flat.
Yeah, he did. And I explained to everybody that the bigger fish are solo. You know, they like to hang out by themselves, tend to lead the pack. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a nice size. All right, I'm gonna put my rod down here.
Nice.
Get that out of the way. Yeah, how big, Cookie? What do you think? That's a nice one.
6 pounds.
Oh, 6 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Very
5
nice.
pounds.
Oh, look at that. Oh, beautiful. Isn't that cool? Isn't that a nice bone?
That's a
That
nice
is
bone.
gorgeous. I'm just gonna unhook him. That's, oh, tough part of the mouth. Look at how nice that is. The ghost of the flat. Ah, and you got to revive him good. It's fairly warm water. Yeah. Nice job.
All right.
Way to go, man.
Yeah, that was
Decent.
great.
Cookie. Nice. About 6 pounds.
Thanks for spotting them for me.
Well, you know what we're gonna do now? Let's go to the bench. There's these great little shrimp patterns. You know, there's a variety, and we're gonna tie you up, but this one's real special. So let's go to the bench, tie up a little shrimp. Today on the bench, we're gonna tie you up the eyes and tube shrimp. Now there's a great new product on the market and it's called eyes and tubes. They come in barbell shape and they also come in Y-shaped. And the Y shape we're gonna tie with today allows that fly to sit like a natural shrimp on the water. Make sure you have these materials ready before you tie the fly. For the hook, we'll use a Mustad C70 SD size number 6. We'll tie with some 6/0 pink thread. For the tail, we'll use 2 strands of red crystal flash with some white polar bear hair. We'll use some pink hologram electrobraid for the body, some white polar bear for the wing, and the red 14mm 2.4 gram Y design eyes and tubes for the eyes. To start the fly off, we're going to put on our Y-shaped eyes and tubes. Now there's a certain way you have to put these on, but they make a nice little hole there to insert the eyes. So you want to point this in onto the hook bend, take your hook out of the vise, and then slowly push the eyes and tubes right onto your hook. And there they are, right on your hook in perfect position. Since all our tying is going to occur at the rear of the hook to start, I've pushed my eyes and tubes right to the eyelet of the hook, keep them out of the way. Now we're going to tie on our pink thread at the rear of the hook. And that's where we're going to start the fly off. To start the fly off, I've taken 1 strand of my red crystal flash. I'm going to loop it onto my thread and then wrap it down about 1/3 of the way down the hook shank, just so that tail will be upwards toward the hook bend. And then we're going to cut it about the length of the hook. And you'll find that you have 2 strands of crystal flash when you're finished. To finish the tail off, I've taken just a few strands, probably about 8 to 10 strands of my polar bear. And there you can use any substitute that's similar to polar bear. Make it about the same length as what you cut the crystal flash before this. And just wrap it in to finish off the tail. Now that the tail's finished, we're going to actually push our eyes and tubes back to the rear of the hook into the position where we want them. So just right at the edge of the bend on the hook. And then you'll just tie over the plastic that the eyes and tube comes on to secure it down onto the hook, and wrap your thread forward and create a bit of a base layer on your hook. Now that the eyes and tubes are pushed back into their position, we're going to take some of the pink electrobraid. And I like the pink for the body. It really shines out. And the shrimp in these kind of saltwater tropical areas are fairly pink in color. So this is a great color to use. So wrap it in and then wrap it forward to form the body. Once the body's tied in, I like to take the hook now and invert it. Actually turn it upside down and reclamp it right at the hook bend in preparation for putting on the wing. Now that the fly and the hook is actually inverted in the vise, we're going to take about twice the amount that you've tied in for the tail of the white polar bear. We want this wing to be a little bit thicker. Measure it back so it is about the length of the tail. Cut off your excess and then tie it in right near the eyelet to form the wing. To finish the fly off, tie in a nice pink head on the fly. You usually get that when you tie in your polar bear hair for the wing. Take your whip finisher, as we always do, and just whip finish off the fly. And sometimes I'll apply a dab of head cement, but on this fly I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. So there you have it, the finished eyes and tube shrimp. This pattern does work good in Cuba, and again, it probably works really well in all the different tropical waters. And really look for these eyes and tubes. They work great not only for saltwater patterns, but really good for stoneflies, for different minnow patterns, really anything you want to tie that you need some weight. So go in your local store and find some of the eyes and tubes. Great new product. Yeah, I see them up here. Oh my Christ, they're going your way, Dale.
Yeah, I see them.
There we go. Oh, nice. Oh. And you lost them.
Yeah.
I'm all in your line, you wrapped me. Huh. When a school comes in, it's amazing. You just another doubleheader for me and Dale. This is crazy.
Since you've been fighting that fish, I've hooked and lost 3 bonefish. In just the time you've
I know, and it's not that big, but they're such great fighters. Look at this guy. Like a nice little 2-pound bone. I'll unhook him.
Yeah.
There he is, bone. Now off he goes. We'll see, is yours bigger? So I'm just going to explain. I'm going to come over to the boat and explain the recommended setup. But that looks like, that's a nice size.
I don't know.
That's just the best when you get into these schools. This is the way to go. I just want to explain a little bit about the recommended setup that you're going to need for the bones. Again, large arbor reel, critical, 200 yards minimum, 20-pound backing. You don't need anything heavy for the bones, just 20-pound. Dry lines. Now, when you come out here, make sure you get the tropical lines. There's a special line and they're made for tropical salt water, something that'll warm. If you try to use your trout lines and trout fly lines, they're a lot stiffer and they won't bend, where these are nice and malleable, they'll move for you. So dry line, I like to have it weight forward so it can punch like a nice 40-foot hard tip on it so you can punch it in the wind. 8-way rod, critical, short 8-way. Don't bring out a long rod. Long rods in this kind of wind, you'll present it out and the wind will take your fly line and you'll be way off course. So again, shorter, stiffer rods. You can catch a bonefish on a 4-weight, but you'll never be able to get the good casting. So remember, 8-way rod, large arbor reel, dry line when you come and fish the flats. And you got a bone, Dale.
Yeah.
There's Dale with the little bone. Another guy. I
caught 3 in the time you were landing the 1 fish, or I hooked 3 and lost them.
It's just awesome. And they come in a pod, and when these fish school in like this, they'll come in a pack of, how many were in there? 20, 30 fish in that one little pod, and you stumble into them, and they don't get scared. They just keep biting. There it goes. Yeah. That is just awesome.
That's another good one.
Oh, look at him go. Way into my backing already. Isn't that crazy? Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, man. So now another good example. That fish took me well into my backing, probably 150 yards in. And it's a decent size. Oh, another beautiful fish. Oh, man. And I mean, I've got this line cranked down. As we said earlier, you can go with 12 to 15 pound test. You're not going to break these guys off, and they're not leader shy. They will eat that fly as long as you present it right. And really, it's all about the casting and presentation. You have to be in front of the fish. If the fish is coming here, you got to be just in front of them. The fly's got to sink to the bottom, and then you got to strip it fairly fast to entice them. Whoa, when he's going around. Whoa.
And look at the size, the average size of them.
Grab that.
Like, I mean, look at it.
You know, that's a good, probably
that's
4
another
pounds, 5 pound fish, 4 or 5
fish.
pound fish, yeah. And these bones are real hefty, real meaty. There's Barbara's hook, that should just pop. Oh,
Wow.
another one.
All that size, you know, we'll hook per person, like you said, 15, 20 fish. It's only noon, you know,
Yeah.
and we've been just fishing in the morning, just fish everywhere.
Yeah, and the cool thing again down here at Avalon Fly Fishing Center in Cuba is you can come and fish these flats, but there's hundreds of flats. Like this flat is, we'll fish it all day, and there's hundreds of different flats. So essentially you can go for days and weeks and weeks.
The other thing that's really good is there's not many. They have 4 skiffs. That this entire Isle of Youth is where we're at.
Yeah.
One of their Avalon fishing centers has 4 of them here in Cuba. The one on the Isle of Youth is what we're at. With our group, there's 8 anglers,
Yeah.
4 skiffs, and hundreds of square miles of. So you never see another boat.
You never see them till the end of the day.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, you know what? There's more out there. I'm going
Okay.
back out to get some more. Well, that takes care of our fly fishing adventure down here in Cuba. And if you ever want to experience the fly fishing of a lifetime, definitely go online and check it out. It's avalonflyfishingcenters.com, and you get a great experience like we had here. We got a lot of people to thank, and I know you want to thank somebody right off the bat.
Well, I wanted to thank Kathy Ruddock. She organized our trip down here. I've done, you know, for the last 6 years, I've been going on trips with Kathy. We don't take her in the boat. We're going to do a show with her, but she catches more fish than us, so we left her in a different boat.
She certainly does. I also want to thank Les and Mark Wachowski. They did a great job of getting some real nice pictures of those tarpon jumping. Of course, we're not sure if they landed any today, but they got some great shots. And of course, Brent Schlenker, he got some great B-roll for us. And he did a lot of directing too. I know he was all over Les on the direction. I also want to thank our guide Cookie. Got us into fish all week. It was fantastic.
Thank you.
We had a great time out here. So again, if you want the fly fishing adventure of a lifetime, it's avalonflyfishingcenter.com, and check out our website at sfotf.ca and also sportfishingonthefly.ca. When you're out in the wild, take care, conserve our waters, and we'll see you next time when we take you sport fishing on the fly. Good job, Bulldog.
Excellent.
Time for a cerveza.
Yeah, thanks, Cookie. Thanks again. Great trip. Great trip.
Want more information? Visit us at sfotf.ca.
To watch all our latest Sport Fishing on the Fly episodes and to order Sport Fishing on the Fly merchandise, head to www.sfotf.ca. And if you would like to book an adventure like this one shown, head to ontheflyadventures.ca and book yourself the trip of a lifetime.